Yesterday, we talked a little bit about the conversion of Saul of Tarsus, conversion and call. I encourage you to go back and read that, Acts chapter 9. Not only was Paul converted on the road to Damascus, but he was also called to the ministry. He would take the message of Jesus to those of Israel and to the Gentiles and to their kings. He didn't have much standing. He got run out of Damascus, and then he wound up in Jerusalem. Barnabas spoke on his behalf, advocated for him. Paul never had much standing in Jerusalem, so he'd gone back home. Barnabas was sent by the church in Jerusalem, Acts chapter 11, to see what was going on with the Gentiles accepting Jesus. And once he realized that the grace of God had been poured out on them, that it was legitimate work of God, the Bible tells us that Acts chapter 11, verses 25 and 26, that Barnabas left Antioch in Syria, 365 miles north of Jerusalem. He went to Tarsus in Cilicia, which was Paul's hometown. He searched for Paul, and then he brought him back to Antioch. And for an entire year, Barnabas and Paul taught the disciples there in Antioch. Classic verse, Acts 11:26. It was in Antioch that believers were first called Christians. Great bit of Bible trivia and a wonderful, wonderful truth. When we talk about the life of the Apostle Paul, I don't believe that we would know the Apostle Paul today apart from the ministry of Barnabas in his life. Barnabas advocated for him in Jerusalem, Acts chapter 9, and here in Acts chapter 11, he actually went and found him and persuaded him and brought him back to Antioch. Let me encourage you, the marvelous gift of persuasion. Ask God to let you know who it is within your circle of influence that you can use to persuade for goodness, for godliness, and for the kingdom of Christ in the earth. I am so grateful that Barnabas took the initiative to go find Paul, to persuade him, bring him back to Antioch, and mentor him right there as they taught believers there in that great city. Consider today your influence and your ability to persuade others for the kingdom of Christ. Hope you've had a wonderful day. God bless you. Have a good evening.